And I am fixing a Gebo port window. I'm going to show you the two main areas that they fail. If you look over here, we have the screw and it fails up here by getting corroded and wearing through, and it just pulls out the whole screw bit here, pulls out, and there's no way you can do it.
It disintegrates,
It
right?
disintegrates.
And it just literally just pulls out.
It falls off.
Yeah.
What you do is there's a grubber screw here with an Allen key. You open it up and then you slide the bar through, and then you can insert a new one, slide it back and put the grubber key.
And when we did that, we had problems sliding it across. How did you get it to slide across?
It was covered in salt and corrosion. What I did was just use a nice bit of warm water.
Some, not hot water, but
not hot water.
Warm water, and then you kind of just used Allen key to push it to one side.
Yes,
yeah?
I did, yes.
Okay.
And that worked really well. The second place where the Gebo handles fail is, if you look over here, is this brass bit. What it is, the brass bit should be in there, and it spins and it moves it around. But what happens is it wears away inside and just spins. If you look on these here, no brass because it's there. This is a new one and the brass bit's in there.
So if the brass fails, what happens?
All it does, it just keeps spinning and you can't move it. You can't unloosen it or tighten it or anything.
Right. And how do you get these off then if you need to change that brass fitting?
What I generally do is I use a big wrench and just twist it and it comes off, and then a bit of brute force pulling it off, because sometimes it just comes out. One time I had to actually cut it off, and I did that very carefully with a hacksaw blade. Once you've done that...
So what are you saying? You have to cut it off of the brass?
Sometimes, one time I had to. I couldn't get it off. Other times...
You couldn't get it off of where?
I couldn't get it off from this bit here. It was stuck on there. There's no way I could prise it off.
Okay, so the knob just kept spinning.
Yeah, and there's no way...
There was no way you could get the knob off of the unit there?
No.
So you used a coping saw to cut it off?
Yes.
Okay.
But once you got that off, you then unscrew this. Once it's done, it's a throwaway item. It can't be used again. Then what I need to do is clean up all this area to make sure I get all the salt and grub and everything off there.
And what do you use to clean it up?
What I use is my wife's toothbrush. Just don't tell her that I've got it. No, it's an old one. And I get...
And there's a close-up of the grub.
Yes, it's really horrible and disgusting.
Focus for you.
Okay. Get a bit of WD-40, bit of elbow grease in there. Get it all nice and clean. Like I say, if there's a lot of salt in there and you can't get it off, nice bit of warm water, that does it lovely.
Okay, Sam, so how do you get the actual handle off?
What I do is I use something to get in behind here, just gently prise it off. Doesn't do any damage as long as you're nice and careful. Inside there is a screw. Use a Phillips in there, unscrew it so that the screw comes out, and then hopefully everything should come off nice and easy like that.
Okay, and that's how it should look, but if it's broken, the brass might end up staying on the, like that one.
The handle, yes.
And when it's that way, it's gone. You have to just buy a replacement knob.
Yeah, totally replace it. Okay, now I've cleaned up all the area. I've got my new Gebo handle, and what I do is insert it back on there. Look how it runs nice and freely. Get it to the point where I can then put the screw back in. It's a bit fiddly.
Do you need me to hold it?
No, I've got it. There we go. What this screw does is holds it into place so you can't actually wind the whole handle off. And that's what it's there for. So stop a screw. Okay, that's in. What I'll do then is you can close it down. Close it back in, make sure it goes nice and tight. Once it's back there, get the cover and put it back on.
And job done, yeah?
Job done.